Give me 1 second. Let me just click this. All right, y'all. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Any anything over the homework? Any course material stuff? No? All right. I know the homework these days is kind of light, like 4 or 5 questions, but stay on top, do them. All right, so let's jump into today's lesson, right? I want to do a little blast from the past real quick. As soon as everything decides to behave. All right, here we go. Oh, all my windows are closed. Bear with me 1 second. Two, 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 two. Okay. This is going to be a really interesting day today. All right. Let's start off with this question. So I have x plus 9 squared, right? The instructions tell us to expand this. Tell me what to do. Shoot. So you want me to copy this? Okay. All right, x plus 9 times x plus 9. Okay. And what do I do after that?
So I will put the first
Mm-hmm.
the first one, right? I will break the x and the plus 9 into outside two parentheses.
I think I get what you mean. Like you mean like this? Like so I do x and then
Parentheses.
x plus 9
Correct.
plus 9 and then x plus 9. Okay, no problem. And what do I do after that? Very good, right? I'm gonna distribute here and distribute here. So x times x is very good. I forgot the equal sign. And then x times 9 is
9 positive 9.
very good. Now, what's 9 times x? All right, plus 9x. Hold on. 9x. And then what's 9 times 9? Good. And then what do I do after this?
You said you want 9. Oh,
Right, I have to combine like terms, right? So this becomes x squared plus 18x plus 81. Very good. That's expanding it. Any questions on this? All right, just distributing, combine like terms, all that good stuff. All right. Oh, baby. Get ready for this next one. I know what's that smoke outside, man? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man. Yeah, man, looking out the window, to me, the smoke looks so thick you could cut it with a knife. Hmm. All right. A little bit harder. This thing says to factor, right? So I got y squared minus 14y plus 49. I'll give you a hint. When I say factor, the answer looks like this. Right? Okay, let's do the AC method. All right. So A times C is equal to 1 times 49, right? So that's 49. And then my B term is negative 14, right? So I need two numbers that multiply to give me a positive 49. When I add them together, it'll give me a negative 14. What are they? Go ahead. Negative 7, right? So negative 7, negative 7. That gives me a positive 49 and negative 7 plus negative 7. That's a negative 14, right? So let's say we want to rewrite this, right? This is going to become what? Y squared minus 7y minus 7y plus 49. What should I do after that? Group, right? Mm-hmm. So what's my greatest common factor in the left-hand group?
No,
Not 7. Y, right? Now what's left over? Good, right? And negative 7, right? A little bit harder now. What's my greatest common factor in my right-hand group for these two terms? Close. Give me a better answer.
it's not 7y, minus 7.
Negative 7. Now we're talking, right? So this is negative 7 and negative 7 here. What's left over? What?
Positive y and
Divided by negative 7. Yeah. Not minus, divided by. Yeah, negative 7. And then now we're going to factor out the y minus 7 that we have in parentheses here, right? Mhm. Right. Exactly, right?
So what is exactly? Oh, okay, so it ends up being 1 7.
Good. That's the answer. Or you could say y minus 7 squared. That's it. Any questions on this? We good? We good with factoring? All right. It was. Oh, to remember it, I got you. I got you. Ooh, you're gonna be really mad about today's lesson, but we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna show you something special at the end of today's lesson. Very special. All right, one more time. One more time. So, so we want to factor this. This is 5n squared plus 40n plus 80. Right? Harris?
Honestly, it's kind of teacher. It's like mathematical, so.
It's but it's Argentina's colors.
Yeah, you see, so it's like,
Mm. Uh,
but honestly, it wasn't for time. Probably.
agreed.
I'm not gonna lose. Because like my idea right now is like you watch NBA, you watch MLB.
The NBA, the Argentina is like the Lakers. Like OKC,
Okay, see,
I say the Lakers.
that's the whole NBA one.
Look at look at the no no look at the Lakers new roster. You see why I say that. Look it up. Look at the NBA. Look at the Lakers new roster for next year. Look at it. And you'll see why I say Argentina's like that. Oh, they have new people. Hmm.
Think you got anything gonna join.
And when
Bro, they
and when you look at it, look at their pictures, and you'll see why I said that. So, what do I do first here? I forgot. Hmm. So finding the greatest common factor, which is 5, right? Right. So if I factor out 5, what's left over? So n squared. What else?
Positive B.
Oh, very good. Positive, say again? 16. Okay. All right. Let me see. Yeah, that looks good. Mm. Yeah, that's good. What do I do next? It's a little hard. Hmm? Okay. And do you know what the answer is? Positive 6 and positive 2. That's good. Very good. All right. Two numbers that multiply to give me a positive 16. But wait, 6 times 2 is 12. That can't work. You think it's fours? All right, let's do that. So plus 4 plus 4. All right. This looks a little bit better. Let's see. If I do 4 times 4, 16. 4 plus 4, 8. Good. Maybe we might make it a little bit prettier. Do something like this. All right. Same thing. Mhm. Questions on this? All right. Hmm. Yeah, you could give me this, or you want to give me the other one. Um, I'm not picky about that, but yeah. Now you could use the AC method here if you want to. So, you too large? Oh, it would work. Yeah.
400. So 400 has
No, no, greatest common factor first, then do the AC method using this one, the inside. Yeah, the inside. Like one times 16, and all that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one. What? Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. It's okay. It's a learning process. No, not that bad. All right. All right. So let's look at today's lesson. This is going to be really, really cool. And I'm going to give y'all a gift at the end of the lesson, something really dope to learn. Not points, or something to learn. I mean, maybe you guys know what I'm about to show y'all. I don't know.
So you gotta
Yeah,
get the bus.
I got you. Homework for this is posted already, so if you feel confident in the lesson and you want to just jump on it early, go ahead. All right. So here's what we're doing. We're going to be solving quadratic equations of the form x squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 by completing the square. Oh, baby. So in solving equations, we must always do the same thing to both sides of the equation. This is true. Of course, when we solve a quadratic equation by completing the square too, when we add a term to one side of the equation to make a perfect square trinomial, we must also add the same term to the other side of the equation. For example, if we start with an equation x squared plus 6x is equal to 40, and we want to complete the square on the left, we will add 9 to both sides of the equation, right? So you have x squared plus 6x is equal to 40. We're going to add 9 to both sides of the equation, right? That's going to make what? X squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to 40 plus 9, right? Then we have a perfect square trinomial here with x squared plus 6x plus 9, which simplifies down to x plus 3 squared. And of course, 40 plus 9 is 49. And then all we have to do is solve for x. And boom, we have the answer to the quadratic question, right? Now, the equation is in the form to solve using the square root property. Complete the square is a way to transform an equation into a form we need to be able to use the square root property. That's the thing we learned yesterday, right? So, how to solve a quadratic equation of the form x squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 by completing the square. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. All right. So I have what here? I have x squared plus 8x is equal to 48. All right. This is the form that I needed in. Right. The first thing I'm gonna do, you notice how in the last example we added 9 to both sides, right? But how do we know to add 9? Yeah, but how'd you know it was 9?
The example,
Yeah.
well,
How do we know to add 9?
What are you saying?
So in this example, right, they added 9 to both sides of the equation. My question is how did they know to add 9? Why not 5? Why not 6? Why not 26? Why 9?
Three.
Huh? Could be.
Can you, 9 divided by 3, that's 6.
But how do I figure out 9 is my question. Yeah. Uh-huh.
1, 6, 9. But 3 is missing, so
Maybe. What do you think, Warren? I saw your hand up. Mhm.
You're saying,
Yeah, like they added 9 to both sides and it worked, you know? But my question is why 9? How did they know to do 9? Why not 27?
okay. I, uh, I'm back. I'm sorry, 3 is the prime factor.
At the end, right? The nine made it so that we could get the x plus 3. That's true. That is the reason why we added 9. But how did we know to add 9? That's my question.
Okay. Because it's. There's a 6x, that's how I know it. There's a 6x there, and that's the basis.
I mean, said a little differently, right? Like in this question, right? This is a brand new question. I am gonna add something here. And my question is, what is it that I'm gonna add here? You said 1?
Or
Not 1.
another 8.
Mm-mm. Like how they added 9? It's not 9.
Can be 10,
Which number?
can be 2, 0. 0.
Nah, 0 don't work. We need a number.
Number 2.
Not 2. Mhm.
Right, yes.
Okay.
I guess I want to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So
Can you go up? Can you go up? Can you
Mhm.
go up again? No,
Yeah.
say nothing, wait. Go up again.
Mhm.
Wait. Bem, esto vamos a descubrir ahora. So.
Like they just said this is all they said. But why 9?
Because you're.
Right, I want to complete the square, but how do I know what to add to it? What is it?
the third, it's supposed to be the addition of 8.
Of two numbers, yeah.
So when you take it down, usually there's the number you have to add it by. So I divide it by 6 and it gave me 6.
Okay. And then that's how you got the 9
No, that is 6 for the other one.
for this
I'm
one?
working on the other
Got you.
one. Let's,
Mhm.
1 times 40 is 40.
Mhm. What do you think?
46.
Because you're getting the squaring, right? So it's
No,
it's x
then
squared
I'm wrong.
positive 6x, right? So that's what's gonna be squared. 6 is the variable you're squaring 6. 3 is, the square. Right?
3 is the square, but not a square of 6. Oh, wait, no, the 3 squared is 9, yeah.
But then
But my question is, how do we figure out 9? Yeah.
Que la primera. Then the next. Okay, can you give me the example why on this one and the next one we will figure it out? Which one?
All right.
No, don't put it
So
on
there's
the
a
number yet. Don't put it on
there's
the
a there's a hidden formula that I was trying to get y'all to like figure out. All right. So here's the formula right here. X is equal to b negative b over 2a squared.
Yeah, we're gonna know that.
I thought y'all would figure it out. I don't know.
Wow.
Use the letter, not-
So so remember in a standard quadratic equation, right? It's of the form what? Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, right? So just humor me for a second. A is the number that's in front of the x squared. B is the number that's in front of the x, right? So following through with this formula, excuse me, with this formula, right? I would get what? X is equal to negative of B. What's my B? 8, right? Over 2 times my A. What's my A? 1. Perfect, right? And then whatever answer you get there, you square it, right? So negative 8 over 2, that's going to give me a negative 4 squared, which is 16. So what am I adding to both sides? 16. All right. And now it works.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's not, oh,
Yeah. Nah, they didn't tell you that up there.
oh. So it's not- no, no.
Oh no, it is on there. Yeah.
In each case,
Mhm.
it's in the night, right?
Mhm.
Figure it out. So you have to divide the 6 by 2. It's gonna give you 3. So then we apply 3 by this number, so 3 plus 3 is gonna be 9. I figured it out. That's why I say, that's why I said like, you know, the 3, but I don't know how.
So it's that same process with this one. Yeah. But after you then you got to square it. Yeah. So after this it becomes simple, right? So this is x squared plus 8x plus 16, right? Now we know that this is just what? X what squared? Let me move that box there. X plus what number? How did I know it was a plus, by the way? No, because I copied the B term, right? But what number am I going to write here? How'd you know that? That's true.
Because we divide the 8 by 2. Simplify.
I'll make it even more simpler than that, right? Which number did I square? That's the same number I write here. All right? And that's it. And then this equals, what's 48 plus 16? I don't even know. What's that, like 58? 58. Is it 64? Yeah, 64. Yeah, something like that, right? All right. Now, all I have to do is solve for x. Light work, right? How do I get rid of the square? Square rooted, right? No, we square rooted to get rid of the square here. But you know, we got to be fair. When we do the one side of the equation, we got to do it to the other side of the equation. So now what do I have? I have x plus 4 is equal to what? Close. Give me a better answer. Plus or minus 8. Very good, right? And then now we got to move the 4 to the other side, right? I'm going to subtract 4 from here. So when it, go ahead. Go ahead. You explain it. Right. Mhm. So let's say I wanted to get the number 64, right? All right. 8 times 8 is 64. But negative 8 times negative 8 is also 64. That's why.
Yeah, but you say,
Yeah.
give me a better number.
Yeah.
8, number is 8. So
Yeah.
you're the same.
But we need the plus or minus there because it's two answers. So look, you see, like right here, my final answer is negative 4 plus or minus 8. But remember though, this is two answers, right? One answer is negative 4 plus 8, which equals positive 4. And the other answer is negative 4 minus 8, which equals negative 12, right? Both of these are your answers. Yeah. Now, remember how we used to do this, right? When we had a quadratic before, we would set it equal to 0, factor it, and then set both of those factors equal to 0. This process is giving you the straight up answer at the end. When they say solve this quadratic equation, it's x equals 4 and x equals negative 12. Done. Right? Had we done it the other way, we would have had the, like the x minus 4 and the x plus 12 and set those equal to 0, and then had to get that. So literally, you do not need to factor after you know this. All right. So go ahead. What are you wondering?
I did it different and when I'm not.
If you got my two answers, I'm happy. I'm with it.
I did like with the side and change the quadratic to the dollars and.
You factored it. Good. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. This.
Nah, this is easier. Yeah. But see, here's the issue that we had, right? I don't know if you remember. This was like a while ago, but there are some quadratics that we just can't factor, right? We can't find two numbers that multiply to the C term, and when you add those two numbers together, you get the B term. With this, you can factor every single quadratic, period. All of them are factorable now with this. Sure. So how do we feel? Do we feel good about this? Do y'all want to see another one or we can move on?
Just go on.
Another one? All right.
When you do that,
Mm-hmm.
the B over
2A.
equation, which was factoring left side.
Yeah. All right, try this out.
I think
Say it again. Oh, you want the formula? I got you.
I think I have it already.
You got it? All right. So x is equal to negative b over 2a squared.
So.
And then let me give you the other formula as well. That's the ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And of course, the a is a number in front of x squared, b is a number in front of x, c is a number by itself. All right.
Yeah.
And when you're on the test and you don't know how to do this, where should you look? Right.
Can I do it? Like,
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
can I go over there? Can do it?
I don't have any marker, or you could try it. Just don't write in the middle, right on like the sides. Yeah.
Ah. No, I'm gonna write in the middle and then clean it up.
Write it and then erase it. Let me see if it smudges. And try. It's good. All right, go ahead.
Oh, 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 oh.
Is there another one? No, not that, not that. That one's gonna smudge.
Ah, está bien. Yo vamos a quitar. Pues déjame ver si estoy bien. Un fue, pam, pam, y en la persona que yo escrito, pero.
Yeah, try these.
Era fácil, está. Easy.
Does it work?
Sí. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Ay. Ay. Okay, okay, now we talking. Okay, now we talking, now we talking. What? Same thing, bro.
Well, it's the board that's bad. Right over here. Over there. Yeah, the board is just bad.
So we'll do it.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Alright.
Just don't do it in the middle. Yeah.
Alright, equal 5, right?
Mhm.
So today I'm gonna teach in the class and I'm gonna teach the student if they know how I can find the number that I mean, there is a number that we need to put it here, so we can use the formula that we have it here. I'm gonna use it, but I can put it over here so you can see it. So x is equal to minus b. So what's that?
Negative b over 2a.
Or 2/8. Close
That's squared.
square, right? As the formula. Well, in this case, b is gonna be for x. So it's gonna be x equal to 4 divided
Negative 4 over 2.
negative 4, negative 4.
Mhm.
Negative 4 over 2.
So a
Times one.
times 1, yeah.
So
So
Times one.
erase the a and write 1 times 1.
2 times one.
my own.
Negative 4 over 2 times one.
¿Cómo tú estás, Juan Manuel?
Manito, porque 2 and 8 is 1.
Okay, so 1, right?
Mhm.
Yes. 1.
So maybe I should add that.
I like that. See.
Ahí está la.
Okay, okay, so a is equal to 1. Okay, students?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so I think I got it. Okay.
Yeah, huh?
Okay,
Okay.
alright.
There we go.
So here we go, okay? We got X.
Pero
Oh,
termina.
no, we finish with it, tranquila.
No.
Anita, me va a complicar el trabajo ahora.
Fíjate.
X is equal to 2. Boom. That's it. Yeah, easy.
Perfect. Good job.
Perfect, it's good. This one is good.
And then just equals 4.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So x2 plus 4x, el vacío de aquí, equal to 5. Bien, el plus aquí, ¿verdad?
Mhm.
Plus,
Plus what number?
plus 4. Right? We're going good, right? Now, at the end.
Dale, dale.
Okay. So, x2. El de aquí que vamos a
Mhm.
Here,
So parentheses and then
parentheses, right?
like this.
Va bien, varón, va bien.
So, no,
Dale,
right?
dale.
Yeah, yo vi, yeah. Okay. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Así que va. Así.
Oh, close. No, before that. Just,
Oh, before?
just parentheses.
Ya, yo no necesito ver para allá. Yo sé, yo lo hago allá, yo no necesito ver para allá.
Not
So,
plus 4. Not plus 4. Yours is different. Plus what?
oh, shit. That's 4. Oh, close.
Two numbers for those.
Hmm?
Two numbers for both. What numbers work with both of them?
Oh, malo.
Right.
Yeah, the 2 over here, we're gonna put over here, guys.
Exactly.
Smart, you got an 8 minus, okay? Okay, x plus 2, right?
Parentheses squared.
Parentheses,
Squared.
square, right?
No, like the 2 on the top. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then equal to 9, right? So what we do on one side, so we need to wrinkle this 2 over, the square 2 over here, right?
Mhm.
So that's why we boom, 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 boom.
Mhm.
So whatever we do one side, we have to do on the other side, okay? Pay attention to this. I'm gonna be alive too much time to finish this class. Okay. Oh, sorry,
You good? So x plus 2.
so x plus 2 is gonna be, so
Like copy it. X plus 2
plus 2
equals.
equal to 3.
What's in front of the 3?
Hmm?
There's something in front of the 3.
Bárbaro, pero no es. Ay, okay, now we're going to. Alright, now we're gonna work, right?
Mhm.
So, ¿qué es lo que hacemos después?
-2.
Yeah. Because we want X by itself, solve for
So we need to separate X and the system. We need to separate X. So from the rest, so we need to put X. Right? No, no. Right. If we want to separate X, we need to illustrate the number 2 over here, so right?
Mhm.
And then what we do on one side on this, we do on the other side, bam, bam.
Right.
So, okay, X is equal to minus plus minus. Like this, right?
Mhm. One line, -2 plus -3 on the same line.
Release it.
Yeah. So -2
Oh,
plus
plus
or
minus 3.
like that.
Okay, so remember,
And then break them apart.
so we're gonna divide, right? So in this case, -2
Mhm.
plus 3,
Right,
shall we give you 1,
right.
well, positive 1, okay? In this case, negative, negative, -2, -3, shall we give you -5?
Perfect.
So
That's it.
basically, it's easy. You see?
That's it.
If you want the answer in the exam, you just look at what you can do. I'm gonna give you another trick to the student. Watch.
Mhm.
If you want the answer quick, like this problem, so you just like copy the same problem. You have that kind of problem in the test. Copy the same problem. Okay, well, let me show you a hiding back door that you can use it.
Mhm.
There's something there.
Something,
Yeah,
numbers.
show you what there.
Equals X maybe.
You bring the numbers,
Espérate. Boom. What else? Boom.
when you bring the numbers down,
Mhm.
you see how the plus -3 is first? That should be the number first.
In this case, here,
Yeah, here.
so 3,
The 3 should be before the 2.
we can because we use a minus plus.
Doesn't matter. You have to do both anyways.
Yeah, but I mean,
To be honest with you, it's the same
So you
answer.
get a different answer. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
huh?
Okay.
I got a minus, I got a 1 and a -1.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna help you with this. Okay, you say we want, so you say we're gonna do this? Okay, I like the student like this. They're very competitive. I like it. So we do X, so plus -3, -2.
Right.
So,
And then you drop it down.
and they're gonna break it down, right? So let's break it this side, right? So 3 plus -2
1.
should be 1, positive, not negative, because 3 is positive, but more stronger than -2. -3 plus -2 is gonna be -5.
I want my calculator then. Wait,
-3 minus.
-3 plus 2.
Right.
This is gonna be, no, negative, no.
-3 plus -2. Say it like that. Or -3 minus 2.
So-
The plus going first, and then the negative on the second.
No, because the minus is just an operation, it's not when we do,
It is.
is it?
Yeah.
Like,
The same.
so in other words, so the second should bring the the sign that comes from the other side, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when it's positive,
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
the inside of the trinomial,
Okay.
when it's inside and it's positive, then it's
No, no, no.
complicated. Answer than it's
So-
negative. Negative is actually simplistic.
You mean inside of the parentheses in the radicand?
You're at it, I don't.
I don't know. I feel like they're the same
That's
level.
what I'm just asking.
Yeah.
That's-
But we did learn how to add before subtracting, so that's fair. Yeah, it's more simpler when it's a minus. Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, I'm gonna give you another trick, okay? So this is the question that they asking to us, right? We need to find the solution. So we're gonna copy the same problem, right? But we're looking for the x. So I'm going to separate the x by two parts. So in this case, you see how easy is this problem? It's complicating our life. But sometimes the professor is gonna ask you, me, I'm gonna ask you to show me how you find, how you do. So you have to do all this material. But you just want the regular answer, let's say like multiple choice answer. So you just do this book. So we're looking for x, right? So we need to, we need to try this thing, right? So what we're doing here, do this, right? So this this.
Radical.
Alright, well, honestly, forget about this too. So we put x, and then x equal to 5 because we had it here, and then x is equal. Oh, shoot.
Well, you're trying to jump to the answer.
And you see, so,
Gotcha.
oh, you switch it, you switch the signal, so, because we're gonna use the under here. So, and then when we're gonna use the second part, we're gonna use the 5 from here. So in this case, we're gonna have, so we're gonna have like -4, break it down, grab x2, and -4, it's gonna give you +1, but you need to, it's gonna give you,
That's good, but that won't work for.
well, forget it, you put the same 5 right here, don't worry about the signal, sorry, the only signal change here. So -4, boom, boom, we break it down, it's gonna give you 1, so boom, that's our answer. Thank you. Wait.
The thing is that that won't work for all questions, but that works for this one.
Nah.
But you see in the future, we're gonna have something more.
It's not gonna work for the
Yeah.
question, I know.
Yeah. All right, let me run through this real quick just for the recording, and then we'll go to the next
So
one.
I give this here?
Yeah, you can keep it if you want, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the problem.
So I'm just gonna run through this real quick for the recording, okay? So we have x squared plus 4x plus something, I don't know, is equal to 5 plus something. So to figure that out, we're gonna use our formula over here, where we're gonna plug in our b. Our b is -4 over 2 times a, which is our 1 squared, right? This becomes what? -2 squared, which is 4, right? So what number are we going to add to both sides, right? We're going to add 4, right? So +4 on both sides, right? And that's where that comes from. Next, we're going to factor this, right? Go ahead.
Oh, just saying. You know, nickel. Word, equate that so that. there's
Yeah.
no, strangeness.
Right.
Factor.
Exactly. That's how I figure out what I'm going to add to the both sides, right? And then now, let's see what I have. We know that in this formula, this is going to be an x, right? How do I know what my sign is going to be? I just copy my b term sign, which in this case is plus, right? And how do I know what number I'm going to write here? It's the same number that I squared over here. So that's 2. So I'm going to add 2. Right? That's where it comes from. Then, of course, 5 plus 4, you already know that's 9, right? And then we want to solve for x, right? So I'm going to square root this side to get rid of the square here. But what I do to one side, I do to the other. This becomes x plus 2 is equal to plus or minus 3. After that, I want to solve for x. I'm going to subtract 2 from over here. What I do to one side, I do to the other. So now what do I have? I have x is equal to -2 plus or minus 3, right? Let's simplify this down. I have -2 minus 3. Let's call that -5. And I have -2 plus 3. Let's call that +1. And that's it. So x equals 1, x equals -5. All right. Same thing. Yep. Questions from anybody? Go ahead.
No question.
Yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
Because I know you some trick, some trick.
Yeah.
Doing this test.
Mhm.
Right, you're not gonna get me with this trick. Watch.
Let's go down. I got you. There you go.
Let me see what I can do. Can you go up to what you from?
Yeah.
Because I know during the test, you switch everything off. What
Oh no,
about,
I don't ask you this on the test. I ask you your homework questions.
no, but let's say,
Yeah.
what about,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you mean you could just look at it and tell the answer? Because this is a new technique we're learning called completing the square. That's why. Yeah. But I feel you though. We could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about the test coming like this? Right, I'm thinking. Rico ponía ahí the second number. Okay, what about the combination? I'm gonna simplify the number, right? So, yeah, right, equal to, say, 10/2.
Oh, I'm coming to that. I have examples like that. But yeah,
You're gonna come with this number, right?
yeah. It's coming. Yeah.
What, okay, how you solve this?
Same process.
10 process,
Same thing. Yeah.
you're gonna do 10 divided by 2.
Do this. B over 2A over
Okay,
all that.
okay, let's say, because when the test,
Yeah.
let's say, it's like this, right? When the test coming like 100 divided by 4.
I got you.
I gotta put some, okay, you told me to use this formula, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but, I see, get a t-shirt. Alright, the formula. 8/2, right? So it should be x is equal to 100,
Negative 100.
negative 100, sorry, yeah.
And then 2 times 1. And then
Right.
square that whole thing.
Close here,
Yeah.
alright, negative 100, right?
Yeah.
So we have here 2.
Negative 50 squared.
Mhm.
Then that's like
Okay, and then
2,500 or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add that to both sides.
it's gonna be 50.
No, it'll be 2,500, I think. I might be
Oh,
wrong.
yeah, 50, okay, yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, 2,500.
Yeah. Then you take that and add it to both sides of the
Okay.
equation.
Alright, let's do it. Negative, right?
100x plus, no, plus 2,500. Always plus, never negative.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna use the negative, this one.
Because negative times negative is positive. And
Oh,
equal,
yeah, because this one is gonna become negative too.
no, that's positive.
Okay, so,
That means negative 50 times negative 50, so it's
oh,
positive.
yeah, gotcha. Well, why can I be like a negative to 500? I know negative plus negative is gonna be positive.
Because
but
it's
you're
two
gonna-
positives.
But you can use you're not gonna use the negative, like, there's a negative signal.
It would have to be one negative, one positive. to
No, but
make it-
what about negative plus negative is gonna be positive, right?
Yeah,
But it can be like some,
if it's a positive and a negative, then it could be a negative, the answer.
oh, no, when you multiply, that you put a negative, let's say, let's say negative 10, negative 10 is gonna give you negative 20.
No, but that's adding and subtracting. This is multiplying.
Muy bien, estamos bien, ¿eh? Presta atención aquí. Oh, this is tough example, because I wanna know how we're gonna figure out this. So it's equal to 10 plus 500, right?
Mhm.
So what we do in this case?
So the first term here is x squared on top. First, like you see that x right there should be x squared.
Right.
Yeah. And now you're gonna open parentheses.
Okay. X
Mhm.
plus
Good.
100,
Not
no,
100.
sorry, negative 50.
Plus positive 50, good.
Uh-huh.
Close parentheses, square equals. And what's that?
Here was that. Then divide by 2 plus 2,500.
So 10 divided by 2, 5, 5 plus 2,500 is
Bro.
25 over
It's gonna
5.
come like this. So you're gonna use working with this one first and then work with, okay. Okay.
2505. That's it. Then, square root of all the rest of that stuff.
¿Cuánto es? Chachona, ¿cuánto es?
So, x plus 50.
2505. So x plus 50, right?
Equals whatever that is. And that's it.
How much is that shit? Square?
You're gonna have to ask her. She got the calculator that could do it.
Mira, mi amor. No, perdón, disculpa. ¿Cómo puede ser cuánto es? 25. Espérate, déjame ver que tú estás en el teléfono, su teléfono está atrasado ya. ¿Cuánto es que hizo?
Just use 25 squared.
The square root of 2505.
25, ¿cómo? 29.
2500.
2505.
Yeah.
24, 25.9.
50.04, whatever.
You'd have to simplify the radical. So find the largest perfect square that goes into that.
15.881 something. Right.
Nah, no decimal. Simplify the radical.
Yeah.
But if you can't simplify it, then you leave it the same.
I can find the stuff.
No.
But we're not gonna use a 50.15. We need to figure out one number multiplied by a number. Can give you this one, no?
Yeah.
So,
So if you can figure it out, you figure it out. If you can't, you just leave it the way it is.
okay, 50.
Like square root 2505.
So it's gonna be 50 ¿cuánto? ¿Cuánto? 50 ¿cuánto? 50.5. So it's gonna be. Huh?
Yeah.
Bro, that's necessary.
No, it's necessary.
I know it is, chill. Okay, so they're gonna be home,
Hmm.
right? Diablo, okay. Okay, so X is negative 50 equal to negative 50 plus. Mierda, pero está fácil,
See, it's not bad.
Sí. So negative, yeah, I'm gonna use 0.
50 times 50 is.
This one.
A crazy number. Well, yeah. Plus and minus, yep.
And then negative plus negative is gonna give you like 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then X is equal to. So it's good.
Yeah.
Who can quantity numbers in the first place?
Hey, I just put it randomly to see what's up because sometimes the test is coming like this. 10 divided by 2. Sometimes you put it like that, so we don't know how to do it, but now we know. We do the sample now. Oh, you see? We divide 10 by 2 first.
Just 5.
And then we're gonna add 5 plus 500. It's gonna be 2505. You got it?
This is what happens when you make up numbers.
Okay.
Oh, it's good.
Right? So if you wonder why I like just copy your homework and give you that as a test, this is why. Nah, if it was my imagination, if it was my imagination, I would have some crazy numbers on there. Like, nah. Oh man. So real
Está
quick.
bien ese. Está bien ese.
Mhm.
X 100.0 and then negative 0.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
X equals, where is that on here?
It's in the part that says completing the square. Yeah. It is where it says completing the square. No, it says completing the square. It's on there. Yeah, one of them sides.
Yeah, it's the fact.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
but,
Mhm.
that's what I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm looking around and.
Like, where is it? I got you. I got you. I got you. Got you. I got you. All right, real quick. Before we go on to the next example, I want to give you guys some notes. All right. So this is how to solve a quadratic equation of the form x squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 by completing the square. Step one, isolate the variable term on one side and the constant terms on the other, right? Step two, find 1/2 times b squared. Now, I modified that a little bit, right? I made it negative b over 2a squared. You might be wondering, why did I do that, right? In Math 30, right, pre-calc, you guys are going to learn about something called the axis of symmetry. The formula for the axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. This is one of those situations where I'd rather you memorize one thing than to know 19 different things, right? If you apply that same formula here, it'll always work. So that's why I gave you that. So anyway, find 1/2 b squared, whatever, the number needed to complete the square, add it to both sides of the equation. Step three, factor the perfect square trinomial, writing it as a binomial squared on the left and simplified by adding the terms on the right. Step four, use the square root property, right? Step five, simplify the radical and then solve the two resulting equations. And step six, of course, check your solutions, right? I'm gonna skip step six in my examples, but if you guys want, like I said, getting a question wrong in this class is optional. You can check your answers and verify it's right and get 100, as some people in the back know. Right? So let's try this one, right? So I want to solve by completing the square for this question. Literally the same thing we just did. Light work, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Let me start off by writing the formulas. Good point, good point, good point. So we have ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And remember, our formula is going to be x is equal to negative b over 2a squared, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Help me out real quick. What's a in this case? What number? 1. Very good. What's b? 4, all right? I'm not going to confuse you with c right now. So now let's rewrite this. So I have x squared plus 4x plus something is equal to negative 21 plus something, right? Let's complete this. So now we're going to have what? X equals negative, good, 4 over 2 times 1 squared, which becomes what? Negative 2 squared, which is just 4. So what am I going to add to both sides? Perfect. I'm going to add 4 to both sides, right? Just to recap, right? Why am I adding 4? Because our formula gave us 4, and that's where this 4 came from, right? Just to recap. All right, anyway, right? I'm going to factor this. I'm going to factor my perfect square trinomial, right? And this is going to become what? X. What's the sign I'm going to write here? Plus. Very good. How'd you know that?
We do negative 2. We do negative 2.
The B term, right? Because this is a plus sign, I copy it down. All right. All right. And 2, very good. The 2 is what I'm gonna write here. How'd you know it was 2?
That's the one that we divided 4.
That's the one that we squared, right? So because we squared here, we're gonna write 2 here. Literally that simple, right? Now this is really hard. What's negative 21 plus 4? Yeah, that's hard. Oh, what is that?
So it's gonna be negative
Mm-hmm.
17.
Very good. All right. All right, this is hard now. Now I gotta solve for x. So what I gotta do?
Oh. When I square, we can.
Very good. I'm gonna square root this to get rid of the square. But what I do to one side, you know, I gotta do to the other, right? So what do I have now?
X plus
Equals
plus
good.
minus
plus minus. What's that gonna be? What is it? So say it.
It will be positive 17 after you multiply it by the minus.
Mm,
We did that yesterday.
Wait. What happened again?
yeah.
What happened?
What's it gonna be?
Five
Yeah.
minus 1.
Right. I'll take that.
minus 17.
So I have
Then you're gonna
square root
go
negative 1, square root 17. So what does that become?
70.
Plus or minus what?
I,
There we go.
the minus 1 becomes
Square root 17. Perfect. All right. All right. Here's the hard part, right? I want to solve for x. What do I do?
Destroy number 2.
All right. How do I get rid of the positive 2?
You ready to?
All right. So I'm going to subtract 2 from here. But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. So here's my final answer. X equals negative 2 plus or minus I square root 17.
That's it.
That's it.
So you can do the negative 2, you're gonna use the 17 to the 14.
I can. I would accept that. If you want to break it apart, if you wanted to say x equals negative 2 minus I square root 17 and x equals negative 2 plus I square root 17, I would accept these two answers together if you want.
Well, the other one is more simple.
Then this?
No, the other one.
This is,
Mm-hmm.
no, wait, for the very
Yeah.
beginning. See,
Uh-huh.
we don't really have this. C is irrelevant and it'll actually possibly confuse you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
because see,
Tomorrow we'll talk about C. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, Monday. Sorry. Monday. Yeah. Go ahead.
That part, that part of the use for the half thing come to be.
Mhm.
But also that Asian kind of looks like half plus the surface area of a triangle or something, looks like that.
Surface area.
Looks-
Oh, you mean one half BH? Yeah.
That's what it
The
looks
area of a triangle, yeah.
like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. I have to research this a little bit, but it might be related. I'm not sure. It might be related, but I have to research that a little bit. To be continued on that note. Yeah. How do we feel about this example though? Are we good or do you guys need to see another one or can I move on? Move on? All right. Yeah, I know all my future examples are all the same, so. Mhm. All right, same question. A little bit harder, so y now. Y squared minus 18y is equal to negative 6. So yeah, if you remember back in the day, like we tried to solve questions like this, but some questions we couldn't factor. That's what we're going over now. Those questions that we couldn't factor, how do we actually find an answer for the x? That's what this is, completing the square. Be honest with you, this is my favorite little method right here. Exact same thing. Mm.
Yo, you want to take a little down? Want to take a sort of this?
Go ahead.
Come on.
If y'all want to.
That's great, so we can practice.
Go ahead. I'll give y'all the formulas real quick. A squared plus bx plus c equals 0.
Should do.
I think like this one thing that's really clean.
On top of this.
So x equals
Yeah, Osama.
negative b over 2a. Just don't use Not this one.
That's what I'm saying.
It's okay if those don't work. I have more.
Ya te pasamos mal, donde se la forma en un momento. No te vayas, you should put the formula on the corner. Pero miss your árbol.
Everybody does the
You see,
same.
you see how it felt? When you're talking too much, when I do my job.
Not better.
Okay, ahora.
Can I take the -18 as it is, or do I have to just do all?
As it is, all right? So what's A gonna be in this question? Very good. And what's B gonna be? Good. All right, y'all good to go. Y'all can finish it from there. Good. That's why you be getting full credit.
Um,
Ooh, that's kind of hard. Yeah, that's 75.
X.
Oh no, I was just trying to figure out 75.
hold on. No, it's not, it's -9,
¿Y por qué?
because that's negative,
Oh,
it's a -18.
okay.
You're trying to trick me up, and you look like, huh?
I have to
Ay,
get the class more competitive.
no.
What's in front of that? Okay.
Not unsimplified, it's like you.
Okay.
So I have to do it.
But what about the ahí donde la
You a whole New Yorker. I know you know what perfect square goes into 75.
What?
So you're a whole New Yorker. I know you know what perfect square goes into 75.
Sure I do. Do I want to think about it? No.
I'm saying though, like
Eso está bien, ¿verdad?
if we were on the bus,
Y la I, where's the I?
No,
no I in this one. Yeah. So let's go through this real quick just for the recording, right? But that was good. So for our question here, right? X is equal to negative times -18 over 2 times 1, right? Squared. That's going to give us a 9 squared, which is 81, right? After that, let's rewrite what we have. So we have y squared. This should have been a y. Nobody even said nothing. I wrote x. All right. So I have y squared minus 18y plus something. I don't know what that is equal to -6 plus something, right? So what am I going to be adding to both sides? 81 and 81, right? How did I know that? Just quick recap, right? So my formula gave me 81, so that's why I added 81 to both sides, right? After that, we're going to factor our perfect square trinomial. So this becomes what? Y minus, right? Copy the minus sign from our B term, right? And then 9 over here, that's coming from what we squared over here. And then, of course, squared is equal to 75, positive 75, right? Now I want to get rid of this square, so I'm going to square root this. But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other, right? So now I have what? Y minus 9 is equal to plus or minus, let's break this apart, square root 25 times square root 3. What's the square root of 25 again? 5. So this becomes y minus 9 is equal to plus or minus 5 square root 3. After that, you want to add 9 to both sides, right? Because remember, we want to solve for y. Final answer, y is equal to 9 plus or minus 5 square root 3. Done. Or if you want to break it apart, be my guest. You could say y equals 9 minus 5 square root 3 and y equals 9 plus 5 square root 3. You could break it apart like that, or you could leave it together with the plus or minus. I'd accept both ways. Questions on this?
I don't know. But sometimes I'm scared of using it for those kind of things.
Yeah. It'll work for the radicals. Yeah. Yeah. You guys feel good about this? We can move on. All right, let's move on. We got to get to the good stuff. Where's that good stuff? Oh, baby, here we go. Oh, baby. By the way, if you feel like you got this, like the homework is already posted, you can knock it out. I think it's a whopping like 3 questions. Yeah. It's 10 questions? Oh, man. All right. So, no. We got more stuff. Yeah. How do I solve this? No, it's not complete yet. What should I do? I want to complete the square. So what do I need to do? Right. So I have x squared plus 10x plus 4 is equal to 15. Well, go ahead. Subtract 4. Right? No, not 0. I want to move all my constant terms to one side and all my variable terms to the other. So I'm going to subtract 4 from here. What I do to one side, I do to the other. So now what do I have? I have x squared plus 10x plus something is equal to 11 plus something. I don't know what that is, right? So let's start off with our formula. X is equal to negative b over 2a, and then we're going to square that. Let's keep going. This becomes negative what? 10. Very good. Over 2 times 1. Very good. Squared. So this becomes negative 5 squared, 25. Perfect. So what am I going to add to both sides? 25. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right? In case anybody's wondering, that's our final answer for the equation. So that's why we added the 25 to both sides, right? Now, I want to factor my perfect square trinomial. What does this become?
Four, 5.
Plus 5. Very good, right? How'd you know it was 5? Not because we just squared 5 here. So that's why I squared 5 there. No, not mine. It's just a number. Just a number, yeah. Equals, okay, this is the hard part. What's 11 plus 25?
Like a 4.
Where was the 4? 15 minus 4 is 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Because I want all the constant terms on one side and all the variable terms on the other. Like you're isolating your variables. Yeah. Well, what's 11 plus 25? That's hard. So 36, right? Okay. Appreciate that. So I want to solve for x. So what should I do next? All right, I'm going to square root this side, right, to get rid of the square. But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do the other side of the equation, right? So what do I have? Tell me.
X plus 5
Equals.
equal to 4 plus negative 6.
Perfect. Now I want to solve for X. What should I do next?
Straight to 5.
Subtract the 5, right? To get rid of the positive 5. But what I do to one side, I got to do to the other. So now what do I have? X is equal to plus or minus 6, right? Keep going with this. We're going to have two answers, right?
1.
So negative 5 plus 6, which is equal to 1, and negative 5 minus 6, negative 11. And that's it.
Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Like, we're gonna have another.
Yeah.
Okay, you drink.
Yeah.
Go.
I have a lot more questions. Yeah.
Can I clean this?
Yeah.
Any
Any-
question? Please?
Yeah.
Participando hoy.
Ashley, come here.
Ahora. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, so.
Oh, it's just. Welcome.
Did you go to the question?
Mhm.
Did you go to the third question? What about this? Can become in this like this? Or we have this case?
Combine like terms and then move the number over. Same thing. So you would
We're gonna do the 4 first, and then we're gonna do the X.
combine the x's first, right? So it'd be x squared minus 30x plus 4 equals 15. And then subtract 4 both sides, and then the same thing now.
Okay, question. Let's see another one.
Mhm. I have more examples like that coming.
No, let's. What happened, man? I don't really coming with this. Okay? So what about this? Can you comment like this too?
So combine like terms on the right hand side, 15 plus 10, subtract the 4 to the other side, and then boom.
You see? Thank you, that's it.
So constant terms on one side, variable terms on the
Sai
other.
che lo sa, man.
Yeah.
Sì, oh, think you're smart. Now we're smarter than you. Now we do more. Now we break you. Now we know how you work. So we're ready for you.
So here,
Ready
so
to test.
here's a hard version of that.
We can do that. We have love. Put it.
This one's really tricky though.
Put it.
All right.
Ayúdame. Vamos a trabajar juntos.
How do I do this? What should I do first here? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for this one, we're gonna isolate the 11. So we're gonna switch the n on square. We're gonna put plus 3 and
Mm-mm.
equal to 11.
Not quite. What do you think? What?
It's much easier to isolate, the 11 here. Yeah.
Right. I want all my variables on one side, all my constant terms on the other. So I have n squared plus, excuse me. Sorry about that. Equals 3n plus 11. So I'm going to get rid of the 3n by subtracting it. But you know what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation, right? And then we're back in business. This is what? N squared minus 3n is equal to 11, right? Let's get back to our formula. X is equal to negative b over 2a squared. right? So this becomes negative what? Negative 3 gets plugged in times 2 times 1, right? Squared. All right, so what is my answer?
1.5.
9 over,
Whatever.
no, 9 over, no, 9 over,
What? 1?
how do we square fractions?
One.
Uh, 9 over what? 9 over 4, right? You remember how we square fractions, right? So this is going to be what? 3 over 2 squared, right? And then we apply the square to each term individually. 3 squared over 2 squared. So 9 over 4, right? Okay. So what am I adding to both sides?
9 over 4.
Good, good. So I'm going to add 9 over 4 over here. And I'm going to add 9 over 4 over here. Very good. That's excellent. All right. So now I'm going to have to factor my perfect square trinomial, right? So this is going to become what? Oh, see, I should have wrote n right here. Nobody corrected me. It's supposed to be n. All right, so I heard n. Very good.
Plus 9.
Minus. How you know it was minus?
And you gotta get in 3
Right. So you just copy down the negative right here. And what number am I going to write here next to it?
4.
No,
9 over 4.
no,
Negative 3.
no. What number goes there? All right, let's recap, right? I added a 9 over 4 to both sides because that's what the equation equaled, right? So what am I going to subtract here? Not 9 over 4.
3n plus 9. 3n.
Mhm.
3 over 2.
3 over 2. How'd you know that? It's the thing that I squared. Right.
Yeah.
Copy and paste. All right. All right. What's 11 plus 9 over 4?
11 plus
Yeah. What's that? What's the number though?
what? Man, yellow numbers?
I think it is 53 over 4. It might be. Let's see. So you know that 11 is same as 11 over 1. So this becomes 44 plus 9 over 4. So yeah, 53 over 4.
What?
Mhm.
Okay.
You just add the fractions together.
What do you do with the 11? Why is the 11 is 4?
So in order to add fractions, they have to have the same denominator, right? So to change the 1 into a 4, you have to multiply it by 4. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So that's how this became 44. And then 44 plus 9, 53. Hmm. Your calculator could do it, so don't even worry about that. Yeah. So now, what do I do after this?
Oh,
Mhm.
now we try the square.
Right, how do I do that? Square root, right? So I'm going to square root this to get rid of the square over here. But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation, right? So what do I have now? I have n. Say again. Over 2 equals. What's in front of the square root? Plus or minus square root
7.
53 over, which is very good. All right. Remember that when you have the square root, you can apply the square root to both of them individually. And then this becomes square root 53 over 2. All right. What do I do after this?
And
Add what?
go down.
Hmm?
And is equal to negative 3.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Right. I'm going to add 3 over 2 to both sides of the equation. All right. So now what's my final answer? N equals
3 over 2.
2.
Square root of 3 over 2.
Oh, hold on. This thing froze on me. Yes, plus or minus square root of 53 over 2. What the fuck? Should we squared up? Okay.
And you got the late. You see how
Nah, it froze on me. Okay. There we go.
Right, the city is city, was like the fragment side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Because this one is just the top that's in there. Mhm. But hypothetically speaking, what would have happened if I left the radical in the denominator? What would I have had to done?
uh, and they actually have, like,
Multiply, right? I'd have to rationalize the denominator because we're not allowed to have radicals in our denominator. But yeah, this is it. And again, if you want to break it apart, you can. If you want to leave it as this, that's fine. Remember, if you're leaving it as this, I need that plus or minus there. That's very important, right? Because there are two answers here, not one.
solving these.
Right. Mhm. All right. Let's make it a little bit easier. I don't know. This question makes me think of Catherine. Right?
I know what to do.
So tell me what to do. Right. I got to distribute this first, right? So tell me what to write. Or tell me, yeah, just tell me what to write.
Inteligente estaban quedando. Ahí después con todo el uso.
All right, so x times x squared. X times 5 plus 5x. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times 5, negative 15 is equal to 9. Combine like terms. X squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 9. Right? Add 15 to both sides, right? You do to one side, you do to the other. So now what do I have? X squared plus 2x plus something is equal to, is it 24? Yeah, you're right, 24. Plus something, all right? And you already know we're going to have x equals negative b over 2a squared, which becomes negative of 2 over 2 times 1 squared. So that becomes what? Negative 1 squared, which is just 1, right? Now that we're going to add 1 to both sides, right? And why 1? Because that's what our formula equaled, right? That's simple. All right. Now I want to factor my perfect square trinomial over here, right? So this is going to become what? X, tell me what to write. Plus 1, very good. Squared equals, this is hard. What's 24 plus 1? 25, all right.
23.
All right.
Y hace 33 en Chile, pero see? You see how we make it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so what should I do after this now? Square root it, right? And what I do to one side, do it to the other. So now I have x plus 1 equals plus or minus 5. Good. All right, then we want to subtract 1 over here, or we do to one side, do it to the other. Oh, this is the hard part. So now I got my answer is x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus 5. Break that apart, right? This is going to be x is equal to negative 1 plus 5, which is 4. And x is equal to negative 1 minus 5,
36.
negative 6. These are my answers. All right. So let me make a special note here, right? When you can break these apart, you should, right? And that's negative 1 plus or minus 5. I could easily break those apart and get the 4 and the -6. If you have a radical in the answer, and it's not going to make a difference to break it apart, you could leave it as the plus or minus. Okay? So that's the difference between an answer like this and, like, let's say this answer right here, right? Because there's a radical in it. Mhm. Questions about this though?
I'm just look at. Wait, yeah.
Mhm.
If.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this process.
What's this process?
Mhm. Yep, that's it. Just completing the squares. With this, you could just knock out all your quadratic questions.
Those AC method, they use squares.
You could use completing the square instead of the AC method. You know? When we, at the end of the class, I'll show you how to switch it back so that you could avoid using the AC method. Oh. Oh. That's the original question. All right, real quick. Just want to say something. All right. We're going to transition a little bit. Now we want to solve quadratic equations of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 by completing the square. So check this out. The process of completing the square works best when the coefficient of x squared is 1. So the left side of the equation of the form has to be x squared plus bx plus c. If the x squared term has a coefficient other than 1, we take some preliminary steps to make the coefficient equal to 1. Sometimes the coefficient can be factored from all three terms of the trinomial. This will be our strategy in the next example, right? So check this out, right? Before we even start doing anything, GCF this joint, right? What's the greatest common factor here? 3, right? So if I factor out of 3, what am I left with? X squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Now you already know we could complete the square with what we have inside the parentheses very simply, right? So what do you want to do? You want to add 5 to both sides? Let me think about this for a second. All right, we're going to get an answer for this, but all I have to do is answer the inside. So I'm going to write it separately. X squared minus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. The 3 is just going to be distributed onto the, what you call it, the terms here. It doesn't change the answer. All right? The 3 doesn't change the answer. So we can just solve the inside and be good. What's my first step? Starts with an A.
Wait. What's
Mhm.
far?
Mhm.
Sorry.
For completing the square?
Yeah, that is, 3 point,
The process of it?
yeah, don't go too far. But now,
Wait. This is the process up here. If you want to see that. Isolate the variable terms on one side and the constant terms on the other. Find the half b squared, add that to both sides of the equation. Factor the perfect square trinomial, right? Rewrite as a binomial squared on the left and simplified by adding the terms on the right. Use the square root property. Simplify the radical and solve the two resulting equations. All right? So what should I do here? What's my next step? What's my next step here?
but what would it be, why would it be like 3? Everything.
Because we had a greatest common factor. Yeah.
Divide everything.
Yeah. Plus 5, right? because we want to isolate our variable terms and isolate our constant term. So we have x squared minus 4x plus something is equal to 5 plus something. So let's look at what we have. X is equal to, go ahead. I'm listening. Why what?
Why the three is outside the parentheses?
Because I factored it out of the original equation. So when you factor it out, it's like you divide by 3 in each one. And then whatever's left over is what's in the parentheses. Yeah. So this is going to become negative. What's my b term? No. What's my b term here?
4, -4.
Negative 4, right? Over 2 times
1.
my a, which is 1. Very good. Squared. And then this is going to be what? 4 over 2 squared. Call that 2 squared, which is 4. Let me just recap real quick. My a in this case, right, is 1. And my b is -4. Just to recap, right? Anyway, what number am I adding to both sides of this equation?
4.
4. Very good. Right? Because that's what the equation actually equal to. Right? Now I want to factor my perfect square trinomial. What's the factor going to be?
X
X,
plus
not plus,
minus.
minus. How'd you know that?
Because we got it down the negative. So,
Very good. The b term is negative.
you got it too.
2. Good. How'd you know it was 2?
That's the one, or the by 2 is 2.
Right. That's the one that I squared, right? Inside here was 2, so this is 2. Right? Okay, equals 9. Perfect. The rest of this is easy, square root, these cancel. So I get x minus 2 equals plus or minus 3. Add 2, right? And then now this is the hard part, right? So we're going to have, what is 2 plus 3, right? I have 2 plus or minus 3. It's -5. Hold on, let me write it out. So this is going to become 2 plus 3, which is,
Wait a minute.
and we got to check our calculators. It's the hard part, right? So it's 2 minus 3. That's the hard one. Negative
-1.
1. There we go. All right. And then that's it. All right. Questions on this? Anybody?
Easy.
All right.
They're coming on the next test.
Hmm?
They're coming in the test.
Yeah.
What is the next one? Next Tuesday?
On Thursday. Yeah. Oh, my fault. Any questions on this? Anybody? Good. All right, let's try another question. Just make a comment real quick before we jump into this. So to complete the square, the coefficient of the x squared must be 1. That's the number in front of the x squared. It has to be 1, right? When the leading coefficient is not a factor of all the terms, we will divide both sides of the equation by the leading coefficient. This will give us a fraction for the second coefficient. We will have already seen how to complete the square with fractions in this section. So let's check this out. So here's the issue. I got 2x squared minus 3x is equal to 20, right? There is no greatest common factor here, right? I need my a term the number in front of my x squared to be 1. So what am I going to do? I'm going to divide every single term by my a term, right? By the 2. What happens in the a term here? It cancels out and becomes 1. This is x squared. And now I have what? Minus 3 over 2x is equal to, what's 20 divided by 2? 10. And then it's straightforward, right? Just go with it. So we have our formula. X is equal to negative b over 2a squared, which becomes what? Negative, and what's my b? Negative 3 over 2, right? Divided by 2 times a, which is 1. Now we're just going to square that, right? So this becomes what? Negative is positive, 3 over 2, right? Change the division to multiplication, right? Flip it. This becomes 1 over 2 squared. This is like what? 3 over 4 squared. Your calculator can do it if anything, right? When you square this, what does this become? What's 3 over 4 squared? Not 6. Mm-mm. Go up. 9 over 16, right? So remember, right? Whenever we square a fraction, right? You just square the numerator by itself and you square the denominator by itself. And that's how you get 9 over 16, right? So I have my, excuse me, I'm going to add 9 over 16 to both sides, right? So now I want to solve my perfect square trinomial. So what is this going to be? Somebody tell me. This is going to be x. What's the sign? Minus. Good. How'd you know it was minus? Very good, right? My b term is minus, so there we go, right? And then what am I gonna put here next to the minus? Three over four. Very good, right? How'd you know that? It's the one that I squared. Very good. All right. And then this is what I squared, so that's what's gonna come here. Right? Okay, let's keep going. All right. What's 10 plus 9 over 16? Nobody? 169 over 16. Perfect, right? Remember that 10 is a whole number, so it's like over 1. In order to add fractions, you got to have the same denominator. How do you change your 1 to 16? You multiply by 16. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 16 times 10, 160, plus 9, 169 over 16. All right? Blah, blah, blah. I want to solve for x. What do I do next? All right, I'm going to square root this side, right? But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation, right? So now what do I have? Tell me. X, okay, plus or minus square root 169 over 4. Good. What's the square root of 169? Very good, right? So plus or minus 13 over 4. What should I do after that? Add the 3 over 4, right? What you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So now we have x is equal to 3 over 4 plus or minus 13 over 4, which becomes what? So I have two answers, right? One answer is 3 over 4 plus 13 over 4, which becomes what? 16 over 4, which is Good. All right. And the other one becomes 3 over 4 minus 13 over 4, which becomes negative 10 over 4, which reduces down to negative, what is it? Mm, it is that, but reduce the fraction. Go ahead. Negative, negative 5 over 2. That's it. That's it. Equals x, of course, equals x, and that's it. All right. If you're wondering, right, I am looking for the fraction answer. I'm not looking for a decimal answer. All right. Questions on this though? The lesson here was I have a question where my a term is not 1. So I divided every single term in the whole equation by my a term to make it 1. And then that enabled me to get my final answer. Don't be scared of fractions. You guys can all do fractions. It's on your formula sheet and you have calculators. Hmm? You know where I get mad where I see fractions? Like real talk for a second, right? Y'all ever went to the gas station, right? Like this some bullshit, right? How the gas gonna be like $5.39 and then 9/10? Like, yo, I'd be so tight. Yeah, for real. Next time you go to a gas station, take a look. It's bullshit. Mm-hmm. Ugh. So like if you got like
You gotta go in
yeah.
the folder at complex filter. And then you got those issues.
I mean when you like get like a certain number of gallons, like say you hit like 10 gallons, right? It's not just like let's say this now. All right, hold on, let me show you. It is. Like you're getting extra cents on it. So let's say that the gas was like $5.34 and then whatever the 9/10 is, right? That's like what? Nine, I don't even know. Let's say it was like a 9. I'm just making it up, right? You want 10 gallons, right? So you could just move the decimal place over 1. So 10 gallons would be $53.49, you know? So that 9/10 becomes something like when you are filling up, you know? But it's petty. It's petty, 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 petty. Yeah. 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 When you get too much, it'll hit you. I feel bad for truck drivers because they got like gallons of to fill up, you know? All right, real quick, before we jump into another example, all right, let me just give y'all some notes real quick. I notice y'all getting ready to leave, so this will be our last example. But just bear with me real quick. I just want to go through this and go through the notes real quick. So this is how to solve a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 by completing the square. Step 1, divide by a to make the coefficient of the x of the square term 1. Every single term you divide by a, all right? Step 2, isolate the variable terms on one side and the constant terms on the other. Step 3, find the 1/2 b squared, right? The number needed to complete the square, add it to both sides of the equation, right? Step 4, factor the perfect square trinomial, writing it as a binomial squared on the left, and simplify it by adding the terms on the right. Step 5, use the square root property, of course. Step 6, simplify the radical and then solve the two resulting equations. And then, of course, step 7, check your solutions. Any questions on this? All right, let's do one last example, and then we'll call it at that, right? So for this question, I want to solve this by completing the square. I have 3x squared plus 2x is equal to 4. Tell me what to do. Go ahead, Warren.
That's the negative.
Not the 4. The what's my problem here? I'm sorry? Right. I want to make that a term 1, so I'm going to divide this by 3. Every single term, right? That's the first step, yep. So now I have what? X squared plus 2 over 3x is equal to 4 over 3, right? What's my formula? X equals negative b over 2a squared, right? So this becomes what? Negative of b is 2 over 3 divided by 2 times a, which is 1 squared. Let's do the math on that. This becomes what? Negative 2 over 3 times, what's this going to be? 1 over 2 squared, right? 2's will cancel. So this becomes what? Negative 1 over 3 squared. Let's call that 1 over 9. Any questions on that? Anybody? We're good? All right. So what am I going to add to both sides of this? 1 over 9, right? And 1 over 9. Doo, doo, doo. And the reason why is because my equation came out to 1 over 9. So that's what I'm adding on both sides here. Right? Now I want to factor my perfect square trinomial. This is going to be what? Tell me. X plus 1 over 3. Excellent, excellent. How'd you know it was 1 over 3? That's the thing that got squared, right? 1 over 3 here, so 1 over 3 here. That's perfect, right? And then you just want to bring down that plus sign. That's how you get that, right? Now this is going to be equal to, what's 4 over 3 plus 1 over 9? 13 over 9, good. So remember, in order to add fractions, we gotta have the same denominator. So I'm gonna multiply this by 3, but what I do to the bottom, I gotta do to the top. So that becomes what? 12 plus 1 over 9, right? But now I want to get rid of that square. So what do I gotta do? Square root it, right? So I'm gonna square root this side. But you know what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do the other side of the equation, right? So this becomes what? Hold on. This becomes x plus 1/3 is equal to plus or minus what?
13 over 9.
Square root 13 over, not 9, over 3, right? Then we want to subtract 1/3 from over here, which you do to one side, do to the other. Excuse me. Final answer, x is equal to negative 1 over 3 plus or minus square root 13 over 3. And I'm done. Any questions on this? Anybody? No? Remember, if you're going to leave it together like this, I need to see that plus or minus. Make it clear. All right? If you're unsure that it's clear, break it apart. This would be negative 1 minus square root 13 over 3 and negative 1 plus square root 13 over 3. You can break it apart just like that. I'll accept either answer. But again, if you're going to keep it together, make it clear, right? Plus or minus. All right? On that note, that's it. Call it a day. All right. May I take this down? Does anybody have any questions or anything? Got you. Go ahead. You want to see the top? Okay, okay.
Okay, let's go.
Just checking
Time
it.
to go.
Did everybody got the test back in here so far? On Sunday, yes. 12, yeah, 12 to 6. 12 to 6 Monday through Thursday in person. 12 to 6 Sunday through Thursday online. Yeah. You stay on top of your homework, you guys. Go ahead. What? So your test is 30%, your final is 33%, and your homework is 37%. You're welcome. Oh yeah, yesterday you had wrote their name in there on that side by accident. It's all right. Oh, it's all good. Oh, yeah. It's all good. I had scribble something, but it's all good. I counted you yesterday. Yeah. It's all right. I got you. You good, you good. I can take this down?
Oh, you sure?
Good. Well, appreciate y'all. I know I still owe you guys a couple of videos. I'll get those up as soon as possible. All right, have a good night. Good night. See you, man. All right. Have a good weekend, man.